Welcome back. The different unions of both academic and non-academic staff of Ekiti Polytechnic staged a protest on Monday morning demanding the removal of the institution's rector, Dr. Taiwo Akande, and accusing her of embezzling unremitted cooperative funds to the tune of 350 million naira and other allegations of nepotism, high-handedness, illegal pension deductions, and disregard for the school laws. The protesting workers say the Polytechnic will remain closed until Dr. Akande is cleared of all allegations. Is this the right way to resolve the issue? What happens to the students? It's your view. Let it count. You can call us on 070-8066-8014, or you can tweet to us at YOURVIEW TVC. We'll take your comments on Twitter. All right, let's start with Tanzi, since you're the closest students.
Wow, that's a lot of allegations against one person, just one person. But then I would have to say my view on this is that I think the ICPC should definitely come in and investigate this woman. But however, it's not enough reason for the school to be closed down.
Yes, I think that's really the crux of the matter. Yeah, these allegations hold, but should the school be closed because of this?
Nehi?
I feel, I don't know when she was made the rector. I don't know who makes the decision of how a person becomes a rector. However, I feel that things like this, somebody with this much allegation against her shouldn't in the first place be made a rector without clarifying all this.
No, now, she's always been a rector. I mean, it's not a new.
So the idea now is we are displeased with the way she's running things.
Yes.
There are proper ways. Our educational sector in itself, it's not in the best level or standard. One. Number two, we have students already that have suffered strike in the course of the last year, a lot last year due to Polytechnic being on strike. We cannot afford to have any other reason. It should be resolved peacefully as opposed to going on strike again. The concern of teachers should be more towards impacting education, good quality education on the children as opposed to their own personal grievances against.
350 million is a lot of money. And they are unremitted cooperative funds. Like these are people's hard-earned salary where they put aside for the rainy day. Pension. And now, and also even for the pension, they said that unremitted pension fund for contract staff. I'm not sure which contract staff actually are allowed to. You're allowed to deduct money.
Yeah, so that means there's a lot of that.
You shouldn't have deducted money from the contract staff. So many other allegations, and then one that struck me also was nepotism, which is really, really very, very rampant in our society. You only hire your friends,
people
your
family, your parties get the higher position in terms of promotion. And
the fact that it seems like she hires only because I'm not sure where she's from, but it seems like she might be from Ekiti. So it's likely to hire only maybe Yoruba people or people from their own area, and that's a major issue.
And then she doesn't give out contracts on merit too, according to the report I read.
But you see, let's be fair. They are just allegations. There is no proof because she has said, let us wait for EFCC
and ICPC. That's her response.
That's her response. And I'm like, and it's true, you are innocent, you are proven guilty.
Yes. She refuted all the allegations, saying that's not true. And she said that even the students, they don't like to go through normal process, that they should actually wait and let the EFCC, ICPC deal. But the question now is that, yes, these allegations exist, but should the school be shut down? That's the question.
I feel that we're used to, we want things to happen in a snap. We're so used to cutting corners and we want to see immediate results from everything. The allegations are there. She's been there for a while, according to you. Then there are legal processes to go through things. It can't be automatic. The school shouldn't shut down because one person has allegations. The entire school shouldn't shut down because it's not one person that all these other people have their lives at stake. And we cannot hold anybody to ransom. You can't say EFCC must come. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So why should they hold everybody, all the students and their family and their lives? A 23-year-old now who suffered strike last year will now still remain in school, remain at home doing nothing. And we have a lot of things going wrong already. We should occupy these hands.
And this would involve a series of investigation if peradventure the ICC and the EFCC get
For me, this just shows the level of the thought process of the teachers that are impacting knowledge. if they are not as selfless enough to put the children's welfare and their...
I'm sure they would have, come on, I don't think they just say it was...
But they always go on strike.
Yeah, but you see, I think this is something that's happened over time. This is not something that just started yesterday. They also have their own families, remember? And it's their salary that they're deducting money from. So they also have families to feed. So they'll say, you know what, we're not going to the office anymore. We're not going to work anymore. You need to fix this, but this one must go, get us somebody better so that we can get our monies.
Peaceful process.
What they could have done, maybe, is suspend the woman until the investigations have been carried out. But then when you look at it, you know how long investigation? They are still investigating synagogue. We have not heard anything. No. That was happened since when? So these investigations take time. So the woman, if she's not guilty, will be out of a job. So maybe they can put her on half salary.
She's a federal polytechnic, so she's been
hired.
hired.
Job, but she wouldn't be out
She's a
of
federal
cash.
polytechnic, so she's been hired by the federal government. So maybe the protest now is to the federal government to actually suspend her for a while until...
Why must the protest involve shutting down the educational system of an entire polytechnic because you feel one woman has committed so many crimes? I feel that they can just make a walk, go to the Federal Ministry of Education, peaceful protest, make your grievances known consistently over and over again. Get the students to buy into it. Get the students to join in it. However, don't sacrifice the lives of all those children just because you want to please yourself.
Before they had gone on suspension, they could have written the EFCC or the ICPC and told them, look, we need
I'm
you
sure
to
they've
come.
done something like that.
Already.
Also, there's a body controlling polytechnics, and that all the lecturers report
ASUP,
to.
yeah.
The ASUP should be involved in this kind of thing, and also
They
they
are
should.
involved already.
So they allow it.
No, I mean, the investigation is ongoing. They've seen the allegations, and they're the ones saying, you know what, let the allegations come through before we take her to the cleaners. All right.
Sorry.
Tweets, yes, tweets.
Yes. If the allegations, this is from Dami, he says, if the allegations are true, I feel the school should be closed because protest is the only language understood in this country. Now, that is, for me, you know, I don't think well, let me go continue to. Then this is about Jonathan.
Go ahead.
I graduated from the school a few years ago. The woman is just a devil. I think they need to change. They need change as Nigeria needs change. Okay, so this is a student who actually knows.
Yeah, because she was also accused of high-handedness. So obviously that's probably part of what the accusations. Well, generally I think the point is, let's wait for the ICPC and EFCC the allegations. The school being closed right now is not right, but you know what? That's what they are doing, and we hope that they can actually stop the school while then and suspend her while the investigation is ongoing.
Yes, the suspension is the only answer for me. You know, maybe we'll have pay just in case she's not guilty.
All right, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, more on Your View. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Still on this ASUP protest. I think we might have a few calls on the matter. Is anybody there? Okay, I guess I lost that call. All right, still on the matter. Anybody has anything to say?
Nima is tweeting.
Yes, what's Nima saying?
Nima is saying, I don't blame them from experience. You can trust all these agencies. EFCC could not indict IBB with all his dirt.
Yes.
Then a woman who has this much allegations, I mean, it could be possible, but then again, with so many organizations being in support of being against this woman, isn't this a possible witch hunt?
Let me take Yakub's call. Good morning, Yakub. Are you there?
Yeah, good morning, Murad.
Morning.
And good morning to you. You see, to me, I think that is the not right way to go, because you are closing the school because of somebody being corrupt. What is the work of EFCC and ICPC? In as much as you're handing over the case to EFCC and ICPC, so you should handle, let them do their job, and then at the end of the day, they find one thing and the other that the woman was caught. So they should sack her rather. So you don't need to close the school because of one person, and then the children will the student will suffer for it. And then this is the same student suffer for the strike in terms of Ebola issue, all those things. So now this is another thing, and then all the schools are open and then want to close only one institution because of a single person. It's not right way to go.
Yes,
Thank you very much, Yakub.
That's really
I just totally agree with him.
Yeah.
I totally agree with him. They that they are saying that somebody is corrupt. They that they are closing the school because of that one woman. Are they not? Do they not have things?
Are they saints?
You know,
That's the teachers, right?
the teachers, because you are closing the school. The children are suffering.
Yes.
Let the woman be investigated.
I think
Suspend her if you need to.
I think if the tweets we got from someone that was a student in that school who said 2 years ago the woman is a devil, she needs to be changed. That means this wasn't a decision made immediately. It wasn't a spontaneous decision. I think the EFCC, ICPC should. This school supposed to have, the leaders are supposed to be people of integrity so that they can spur on the children that are being groomed by them to be people of integrity and have good character. You shouldn't find anybody with questionable character occupying such a position in any of the schools. So I believe there should be
this is somebody, she's been in the...
I'm saying periodic checks should be made on schools, leaders in any position. By that's their job. It's not until somebody is being accused openly. They're supposed to check on how things are being done per time. There are audits done every year on every finance in every institution. Auditors should be...
go on another level. Do you believe a woman can steal 350 million?
I don't believe so.
You don't?
She didn't steal. She didn't steal the money. Oh. These are summations of monies embezzled and taken away from their cooperatives, taking deducted illegally deducted from the contracts, pensions deducted from their contract staff. So now they're deducting.
Figure is a cumulation.
Yes, but even now that money.
Is it deducting into our own pocket?
I doubt that. I seriously, none of the allegations said that. But maybe illegally deducted. Maybe the monies were diverted to.
I believe anybody can steal.
Let me take Karim's call. Come on, Karim. Hello, Karim, are you there?
I'm there.
Go ahead, please. I can't hear you.
Hello.
Yes, please speak louder.
Even this our country, Nigeria and the
The line is not clear, sir. I do apologize, Karim. All right, let's take a few more tweets and we move on. YK.
Pardon?
Tweets.
Okay. There's this tweet that's not to do with this lady, and I think I should read it. He says, "It's God save Nigeria. I expected the IG Rivers CP to talk this morning like a true Nigerian, as they would have done if it were PDP members shot in Rivers." I think I just needed to read that out. Sorry. Then, I don't think strike is necessary. They can solve the problem with the school going on. Why close the school because of a woman? If it was Boko Haram, that means they will close the state.
Okay.
That's from Paul Play.
Okay.
And
Right,
Michael.
that's good. Okay. All right, we're going to close this segment. When we come back, how do we manage our money wisely this year? Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. One of the secrets of living a successful life is knowing how to manage your money and finances. No matter your income, if you know how to manage it well, you would have less to worry about. How do we manage our money wisely this year? We have an expert, a financial analyst, Barrister Bisi Iyaniwura. She's not here yet. I know she's on her way, or is either here or she, I'm not sure, but she'll be here shortly. But in the meantime, how have you managed your spending over the holidays, and how do you plan to manage it this year, especially considering the fact that oil price has gone down, our revenue allocation is not coming to the state, so all the business, everything be trickling down.
Naira.
One of the things I did last year was I went to go and buy like 4 bags of rice, bag of beans, bag of gari. I was buying it, over time. I didn't buy it all together.
Okay.
So just saving it.
Yeah.
I don't know how this year will be. Rice will go up, gari will go up. Okay, I'm telling you how I manage my own. Yes. So now, but my own fear now is in our house. Everybody, I need rice. I need Gary. Because it's there.
Yeah, so
They're
always
now
coming to you.
eating
Yeah.
everything. And I'm like, come on, this is for emergency.
Yes. Let me jump to, because I know you've not started buying your thing. Let me jump to talk where, how are you managing your stuff?
My thought is that whatever you're earning, you have to keep saving.
Yes.
So, and I do not carry responsibilities just because I want to please people around me. I do not just because we live in a communal environment. I wish I could say that, oh, it's not as bad, we're not that communal. People still bring their needs to you when they want. What I tend to do is I selfishly sort myself, and I don't live extravagantly. I watch what I'm doing, living within my means and consciously saving. Now, if for any reason I can afford to give out, yes, I will, but I don't go out of my way to say, oh, this person came to meet me, let me just dig out the money and give the person.
During that Christmas period, a lot of people came to me. I mean, for one thing or the other. Unfortunately, I'm not a Waiki. I'm not a grandy. Like, you know what? I don't have it. Last year, maybe some extra money here. Yeah, I bought lots of this. I gave out to people. But this year, it was really tight. I mean, this year was extremely tight for me. I didn't even overdo it. The one I can do, I did. All the Merry Christmas, man. Happy New Year, man. Yes, man. Compliments, man. I just said compliments and I walk away. I don't have it. I cannot come and encourage myself because I want to give somebody. No, I hardly had anything this Christmas. I didn't have. But going forward, I am saving a lot. What I used to do in the past was I pay myself salary. You know, once my money comes in, I remove savings, I remove everything, and I pay myself salary. I don't even touch it at all. But now, hey, with this oil price, I have to even slash
your
my
salary.
I'm a very bad saver. I'm a very bad saver.
Are you serious? I am a fantastic saver with the
Yeah.
help of Tokwe because there are days you just want to, I don't know, go for something or give yourself a treat and you're like, Tokwe is always there to say, don't touch that money. Do not touch that money.
She saves too.
I think everybody needs to Tokwe around them.
Yes.
I make it a policy. I have a friend that opened a co-room based on, literally she got the job like this. And they told her, and she told me how much she was earning. I said, just take out as much as possible. She started saving 40,000 naira every month. And at the end of a year, she was able to pay for her rent of a store. For me, I feel that growth comes from when you have, God blesses what you have, and it will grow. But you must have something to start with. So I think this year, whatever it is, even if you earn 1,000 naira, save 100 naira because that is your key, your seed for the future.
All right, now we have our barrister in the house, our guest is in the house. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we have Barrister Bisi Iyaniwura. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We have our financial analyst. He's Barrister Bisi Iyaniwura in the studio. Welcome to the studio, sir. So you had to rush down here.
Yes.
I heard there was traffic on the road.
There was traffic.
We do apologize for that.
Compliments of the season to everybody in the
Compliments to
studio
you
and
too,
to Nigeria.
So we're talking about how to manage money. I mean, we're talking about our own layman's understanding of how to manage money and what we're doing. But as a financial analyst, this season where oil price has gone down, I mean, I heard $53 per barrel now, and the money is not coming in. Dollar is like crazy. What do we do with money?
So we want to ask ourselves, how do we stay safe in this kind of an environment? Yeah. I think the first thing we should know is that no matter how bad the situation is, we must learn to have a saving culture. But the question is, what kind of savings are we looking at? There are different varieties of savings. When I mean savings, I'm not talking about just putting money in banks. It is also one aspect of savings. You also have different kind of investment, annuities, shares, and things like that. To somebody who is a very good investment analyst, it will tell you that during inflation, the worst kind of savings you can do is to put your money in the bank. Because
bank directors don't like you right now.
Well, I've never been a friend to the bankers because I always tell them that I don't have any duty to help them make money. It is their own duty to make money. In fact, I'm always fighting them for excess charges and all these things on my accounts.
So how do we now save? Because I save my money in the bank.
I want you to go to that, finish up what you're saying. What place to save your money at this time is the bank.
It's not the bank. That's what I'm saying. Okay, let me give you an example. If you have ₦1 million in your savings before the devaluation, immediately the devaluation happened, 13% devaluation, your money is no longer 1 million naira. Your money is gone back to about 800. Wow. And then the interest rate on savings in Nigeria is less than the rate of inflation. So that means you are actually having a negative interest rate on your money. All things being equal, we've never had any real value interest on our money. It's always been a negative interest rate.
Because I have some
Not even a fixed deposit account.
It isn't. Okay, let me give you an example. The maximum anybody will give you on your fixed deposit account now is about maybe plus or minus 8, 9, 10%. Ask yourself, what is the inflation rate? Once your savings is not above your inflation rate, it's negative interest. Yeah.
Now, some people are they are falling over each other to sell off their money and buy dollars at this time.
Yeah.
Do you think, so if I have like $1 million naira, is it safe for me to go and buy dollars and keep?
The question you want to ask yourself also is that, is dollar in the current circumstances a safe investment? There is a lot of pressure on the dollar.
No, why isn't it?
No, it
going
isn't.
up?
Listen, let's analyze. It's going up. We're looking at it from the Nigerian perspective.
Yes.
Yes. But dollar is a global currency.
Yes.
So you want to look at dollar from different perspectives.
Okay.
What is the exchange rate of dollar vis-a-vis the pound sterling, vis-a-vis the other currencies? Dollar is also under a lot of pressure. This morning I was listening to international financial news, and Europe is going through a depression now. Because people think, you know, you have depression and reflection when people keep thinking that the prices are going to fall, so they are not buying. So they are keeping their money in their savings. That affects the exchange rate, and it also affects productivity. Because if nobody is buying, factories are not going to produce. And people are not buying in expectation that prices are going to continue to fall. So the government now is in a quandary. How do we encourage people to buy?
So, sir,
what are they buying? Is it clothes they're not buying? Is it land? Is it houses? What hands they buying?
No, you see, because of the fall in the price of oil, you understand, the European countries, America, they are industrialized nation. They need cheap energy. Energy is cheap now. So pump prices are coming down, and it is affecting every other thing. Prices at the stores are coming down and everything. So people keep anticipating that, oh, if I buy this thing for £1 today, tomorrow it may become 90p. So why don't I hold on to it tomorrow?
Hold on to tomorrow and see what happens.
And see it. So that is the problem, and it's giving the economy a problem because the multiplier effect is not working as the plan.
Well, I want to ask, because we're asking about how best
to save,
to spend wisely, you know. And for me, my thought was, last year I saved a lot. I was able to, what I saved, I was able to use it to go for a training, came back. She saved, she was able to buy a car. Now you're telling us we shouldn't save in a bank.
I didn't say you don't save. Yeah, your bank is not the best place for you to put your
Where
money.
do you now
So
save?
how do you now?
Because if you put it under your
we're going to come to that.
Okay, please.
There are assets you could look at. You understand? I will give you an example. Because of the growing nature of Nigeria, you could be looking at the real estate or land. I don't do it. I invest in real estate for myself, but I don't sell real estate or anything like that. And for real estate, because there's a lot of pressure on housing in the country, the appreciation is higher than inflation.
But I need to gather the
you
money
have money
together.
right now,
No, listen, you may think, okay, let me give you an example. There is a real estate company that my firm works with. And what I did at a point in time was that, look, when they give me my checks, I put it in the bank, the money flies off. So I just told them, I said, oh, wait a while. You allow instrumental payment. Okay, give me a plot. Any work I do for you, net it off. And before I knew what was happening, I finished paying for the plot of land. And something that I bought about 2 years ago is about twice the value now.
Can you imagine?
Now ask yourself, if you put your money in the bank, can you get that kind of return?
Okay,
But sometimes with real estate, you go and buy land, then Omonile will come and stand there and
No,
say,
you see, we have
this land
without,
doesn't belong.
if you do what you should do, you will not run into that problem. It is only in Nigeria you see somebody wants to buy land worth 50 million naira and will not be ready to spend 10,000 to check the status of the land. So if you do, it is cheaper for you. Just a little bit of money extra there we get.
So if you have any chunk of money now, you're better off just either real estate or maybe agriculture, or just find
agriculture. Yes, but agriculture is not something you drop into. I'm into agric. I have a farm, and I will tell you, yes, the government has been making so much about encouraging agric, but we've not seen it. That's the truth of it. So your best bets, the best and most, the shares are still very good. It depends on when you come into it. Yeah, I still do shares.
I'm sorry.
Just a
My
moment.
dad- okay.
Just a moment. It depends on how you come into it. You see, when prices are low, You just have to be a fundamental investor. Most Nigerians, just like I said now, don't do their fundamental homeworks before they go into the stock market. I'll give you an example. If you are buying stock of a company that manufactures something that people must use every day, I won't be mentioning names of companies because I'm sure they didn't pay for adverts. There's no way you're going to lose. Everybody uses a toothpaste.
I'll come back to the call, to this point you're talking about. I have a call. Biola. Good morning, Biola. Are you there? From Agodo. Good morning. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, nice talking to you, ladies. I'm a first-time caller, please.
Welcome to the show. I can't hear her very well. The phone is not very clear, but go ahead.
But I can hear you loud and clear.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. I find it surprised. I'm so surprised at the way we react to crisis in this part of the world. If you're in the UK and you go to shops, you're so particular about the price tag on the product. You know, if you're in a, say, Tesco, whatever, you want to check the price of Tesco from other stores, and you go for, since you're sure they're selling a quality product, you want to pick the cheapest because you're able to save 1p and all that. But in Nigeria, you won't believe it. We all keep complaining there's no money in the circulation, and you find out that people are still going for the most priced product. Check in the beverage industry.
Yeah, I got you.
They all make use of cocoa. And you find out that a particular brand is not selling, and some people are selling where...
I think I get the point. The phone is not very clear. The phone is not very clear. I get the point.
Let me tell you, you see, that has to do with the us in us. I'll give you an example. A lot of Nigerians like to live a make-believe life. When, I think last year or thereabout, when I went to apply for my children's visa, when I entered the visa session, they told me there is an express service for 5,000 naira per application. And I asked myself, is it going to make a difference in my application process? But you see a lot of Nigerians on that side of the queue. The 5,000 extra you have paid does not determine whether you're going to get the visa or not. In fact, I was 99% sure that my children were going to get the visa because I knew what I was presenting. But you see, because people want them to believe they are what they are, no, oh, I'm a big man and things like that. So that's what Biola is saying. Look, let me tell you, cocoa is best at its purest, even without any mix of milk or anything like that. Sorry, I don't want to mention names. I was going to mention. If you take pure cocoa powder, which I know of, it's very medicinal.
And very bitter too.
It is very bitter, yeah. So they have to pick it up with so it is very medicinal. And
but I like what you said
I bought pure cocoa once, and man,
that's crazy. I like what you said about these stocks, like looking for fast-moving consumer goods, things that we use every day.
Building industries, companies that are into building industries.
I wish somebody told me this many years ago.
Because I bought stocks one time. I bought from one bank, a big bank.
Yes.
I don't see any money.
You see, the problem with the banking industry globally is like it's a parasite economy. Banks don't manufacture anything. They are dependent. It's only in Nigeria that banks are doing well when the economy is not doing well. And it's because they have a lot of corners and crooked ways of doing their business. In a normal, realistic environment, a bank should not do well when its customers are not doing well.
I lost
because the last time when they gave me money, they gave me like 14 naira. I said,
I lost.
Mine was 7 naira.
Let me tell you, if you look at the current banking situation in the country, the CBN regulation and everything, the banks are going to find it very difficult to declare dividends even next year. They will declare for this year because now COT is going to be 1 naira per mile from 5 naira some years back. A lot of their things are being cut and things like that. And that is what it should be. Now, if you are an observant person, I will tell you, watch your statement of accounts because banks are now playing a lot of pranks on customers' accounts.
Maybe you can collect my money, sir.
Please tell us.
Because honestly, it's really crazy.
No, I'm telling you, if you see what they do, at times you look at your statement of account, you see some deductions and you ask them, they'll say, oh.
The reason why I'm really worried, sir, because I lost about $40,000. Back in the States, at one time, I was in a car accident, and the car accident, I got the 100,000 for damages and everything. Of the money, did all this XYZ, and I have 40,000 separately. I gave it to a financial analyst to help me invest it. Okay. You know, I kept assuming over in America. I just assumed that everything was going well. The guys would sending me monthly statements, and I'll be thinking that I was seeing fingers. I'll be thinking everything's okay. The day I finally went to him, I said, "What's my balance?" He said $2,000. I wanted to die.
Investment is a risk. That's what it's going to tell you. And that is why they always tell you consult with your solicitor or an advisor before you take
But that is why I personally like seeing my money. Yeah. I like my money in my account and I'm seeing it. Yeah. But like you said, I keep getting, in recent time, like the past few days, I was just getting some deductions. And I've not had the time to go to the bank and find out what's causing it. But what can I do? Because I don't have the time to go call a lawyer to get them.
No, let me tell you, see, just a moment.
Please, go ahead.
The Nigerian businessman, I'm inclusive, believes that they are doing their customer a favor, inclusive of the bank. I have an issue with the bank now that, luckily for me, one, I'm a lawyer, and two, I know what obtains. I told the bank, I'm not going to mention name, I said, look, give me online facility for my account. Yeah, of course, they did not even inform me that the online facility has been installed or something, so I'm even yet to activate. I was just sleeping and I pam, text, SMS, transaction had gone on my account. About 150,000 naira, it's gone.
Yeah.
Some people purchased some things in the US. So I went to the bank. They were telling me, no, it's not. And I said, do you know who you are talking to? So by the time I sent them first letter, they realized I'm a lawyer. The second letter, they said, okay, they reversed the money. They said for good customer relationship. Now the fourth day after reversing the transaction, giving me 150,000 back, they now deducted charges for the fraudulent transaction. So I told them, I said, does it look sensible to you? After you've agreed that it's a fraudulent transaction, they now said I should tamper justice. I said, tamper justice with mercy for my money. Even if it is 1 naira, for goodness sake, I work for it. You should also work.
You know,
if I tell you my own story,
we don't have
you
so
cry
much
for
time.
me.
We don't have so much time. I need you to give us some final major debate. Stanzi, you want to say something very important?
Well, I have questions, but then let's just go with the less complex one. You were saying earlier about agriculture and real estate being good angles to invest.
Yeah.
Now, how about move away from that a little? Look at the man who saves 10,000 naira a month.
Yeah, what kind of thing can you do? Yeah, I always tell people, you don't need big money to start business. That's the truth of it. Old newspapers, you could buy and resell. It doesn't cost you so much.
Okay, we should keep trading the money. Don't just save it
That's the
somewhere.
thing. No matter how small. Okay, let me give you an example.
Wait,
Just a moment. You're talking about interest rates. If you put 1 million naira in a fixed deposit for 6 months at 20%, if you look at what it's going to give you. If you take that same money to buy biscuits, a dozen of biscuits at about 55 naira, and you sell it at 60 naira, multiply that by the multiple of 1 million, you find out that you are making more money selling those biscuits than putting your money in the bank.
So just keep the money, keep using the money.
Money is meant to work.
Yeah.
The bank is going to give your money at
To
a
another
risk,
person.
so people who are going to use it.
Yeah.
Now, if the bank gives it to that person and that person defaults, it's going to affect you, because if the bank closes up, your money is gone. So why don't you take the risk by yourself?
Don't be letting me fear like this. I'm
No, that's the
already sitting here.
Anywhere in the world,
Thinking mode right now. Hey.
any business will collapse.
Unfortunately, we are not. Honestly, I wish you had come in a bit earlier so that we can.
I'm sorry.
We'll bring you
I'm
back.
sure
We'll bring you back because we're running out of time.
Yeah.
But I think
Yoruba say Ironuba me.
I think some people a heart attack right now.
My bank is going to suffer today.
You see,
It's not my portion.
So
wait,
what?
just a moment.
Yes.
If you notice what we went back to before the incorporation of AMCON,
You have to round up, sir.
we are likely to be having the same problem with the oil price going down. It was the collapse of the oil industry that brought about the collapse of the banking industry now. A lot of banks are actually exposed to this economy.
Okay, all right. We
you
have
very
to close.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for coming.
It's a pleasure.
We have to. I think we'll bring you back maybe next Wednesday again.
Thank you for giving me a attack.
Because even me, I want to go and I need to rethink. All right, thank you so much, viewers, for watching. You can watch a repeat broadcast of this episode at 11:30 p.m. tonight.